Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tolulope Olamipo, and I'm your number one property manager here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I just quickly want to do this video as a result of loads and loads of requests, and based on what I do as a property manager here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I just want to speak a little bit about the essence of property management and the property maintenance, and why you actually need to have a property manager for any of your properties that you have. Because recently there has been a whole lot of adverts on buying property, investing in property, doing this, doing that, and I just look at it that it's good to invest in properties. It's good to acquire as many properties as possible for yourself, for posterity's sake, and for investment. Um, but how well do you take care of those properties that you are buying, or who is looking after all those properties that you're buying? And aside from buying new properties, there are lots and lots of people that have old properties. Take for instance, I've worked with a couple of families that whom their parents left properties for them, and they did not have the time for them to actually look after these properties, and have been helping them to manage these properties, doing the necessary maintenance, renovations where needed, and collecting the rent on their behalf, remitting it to the desired account. And I've been doing this since 2019, which I actually venture into property management fully. I've been a real estate agent. I started as a real estate agent, connecting the buyer to seller, or connecting someone that wants to rent to the person who has the apartment. But I ventured fully into property management because I have passion for property management, and I have passion for property maintenance. I'm passionate saying that every property is well maintained. Is when your property is well maintained, that is when you get value in return on this. And so getting a property a manager in Lagos can be incredible and beneficial for several reasons. And I'm going to excuse me, and I'm going to mention few of those benefits. And one of those benefits is efficient rental property management. So when your property is being managed by a property manager, you get efficient rental property management. So property managers have the necessary experience and expertise to manage your properties effectively, and they help you to do the tenant screening, um, the necessary lease agreement, collection of the rent, and the property maintenance, among other things, and that they ensure that the property is well maintained and your tenants are happy. This is very, very important, that your tenants are happy. It's not that you just have a property somewhere and you do not take care of the property. So when your tenants are happy, you as a landlord or the landlady, you are also happy, and they pay your rent as at when due promptly. So, and this also leads to increased rent, the increase in tenant retention. So your tenant retention rate will be increased when your property is being managed by a property manager, and also it is well maintained. It's one thing for you to have a property manager, and it's another thing for that your property manager to be passionate about your property and to know what to do when your property is in distress, or when your property needs a proper maintenance. Another reason why you need a property manager, and not just any property man, a passionate property manager, is that it helps you to be legally compliant. The property manager will save you from a whole lot of legal issues, because there are several laws and regulations that are governing rental properties here in Nigeria. No, the property managers needs to be familiar with these laws and regulations and can ensure that your property is in compliance with them. Take for instance, there is a annual uh, uh, tenancy payment that is being given or that meant to be paid on a property. If you, as a property manager, you are not up to date or current or know what to do, or when you need to pay these annual tenancy due that are meant to go to the government, you might be putting your landlord or the landlady or the owner of the property in trouble, because when you default in paying the annual tenancy due to the government, it backfire. This backfire and may put you in problem. So, as a property manager, you need to be well informed on knowing all the necessary law that is guiding the property within your jurisdiction. And another reason why you actually need a property manager, and a passionate one for that matter, it saves you, there's a cost effective. When you hire a passionate property manager, and this may seem like an additional expense, but it can actually save you money in the long run. Yes, a property managers can negotiate with necessary vendors and contractors, with artisans, to get the best of the best rate for your property maintenance and repairs, which can also help you to save money on all these expenses. It saves you money on all these expenses. Take for instance, I have several properties that I manage here in Lagos, Nigeria. I have one in Abeokuta, and I have another one in Ibadan. There are different issues with different properties. Um, there was a time that the fence of the property in Abeokuta, some part of the fence actually collapsed, which exposed the tenants to danger of maybe theft or armed robbery. I quickly swung into action by making sure that that fence got fixed on time. Yes. Just yesterday, on Saturday night, no, Friday night, rather, because today I'm doing this recording this on Sunday, um, 16th of April. On Friday night, I received a distress call from one of the tenants of the property that I manage in Lagos in Magodo, and they discovered that water was just coming out. They saw water coming out from part of the building, in the middle floor, because it's actually a terrace. So on two terrace. Uh, so the following morning, when they sent me the video, they sent me the voice note. I quickly summoned the necessary artisan that needs to look there. So I called the plumber, and the plumber was there, and we got there. And lo and behold, we found out that there's one of the pipe in the bedroom actually got punctured as a result of the screw that is used to hold the glass cubicle in within the section of the shower. So actually, that screw went through the wall and punctured through the pipe, and the pipe had actually been leaking for quite some time. But when it couldn't get any way to actually find its way out, so that's when it burst through a part of the building outside, and the water started coming out, and that was when they realized that something was actually wrong. And for this, if I'm not the property manager or I'm not really passionate about what I do, this can actually be neglected, and it could cost the owner of the property a whole lot of money. Something still happened this year also with one of the properties which one a client of mine bought also here in Lagos. We discovered because he bought the property for investment, two wings of a semi-detached, and we just discovered that the on the last floor, the bedroom of the last floor, the POP actually gave way and it collapsed. The POP collapsed, and the tenant called me, and I had to go there to see what happened, took videos, and I called. But when I actually dug deep into the root cause of why that POP collapsed, I discovered that it was the air tank that the water tank that is placed on the rooftop. The that was this thing called um, floating switch, the floating switch that is attached to this water tank had already is no longer working. So when the water gets filled in the tank, it's pouring on the roof, and from there, the roof got soaked, and as a result of that, it drenched, and the soaking drenched, and it went through the roof and hit the POP, and that was why the POP actually gave way and it collapsed. So we're not just dealing with POP alone. I had to deal with the rooftop. To reinforce the rooftop, we had to put another floating switch, a whole lot of plumbing work. We rearranged where the tanks were actually placed. We put some other things in place. I had to call some other expertise that can actually work on the rooftop, so that even if rain is falling, the water will no longer be soaking the rooftop, that will make it to be drenched, that will lead for the POP to be collapsing. So there were a whole lot of things that actually went into the repair that we did in that building. So for that, hiring a property manager on the long run is cost effective. You might be thinking that, oh, the percentage I'm going to pay him, whether 10, 5, whatever negotiation you have, might be costing you more. But on the long run, it's better to hire a passionate, a good property manager to look after your properties than for you to lose your entire building. Another reason why you need a good property manager is peace of mind. You have peace of mind. And as a property owner, when you know there is somebody that is looking after your property, you enjoy peace of mind. Property managers handle all the day to day operations of your rental property, which means that you don't have to worry about them. So you can focus on your core business. You can focus on whatsoever you need to do, whether you need to travel, whether you need to. So you don't need to interface with tenants, with the wahala or with the stress of this one. So your property manager takes care of that on your behalf. So this can give you peace of mind and free you up for you to focus on other things that matter to you. So, or in general, so having a property manager, it can be incredibly beneficial for your rental property owners. So it can ensure that you have efficient property management. You are free from all legal issues. You save a whole lot of costs on your properties, and you also enjoy peace of mind. You enjoy peace of mind. So my name is Tolulope Olamipo, and I'm a property manager here in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you're in need of any property um, manager for your property here in Lagos, or you have any old properties owned or that has been bequeathed to you by your parents that you do not have time for, you can call on me. My number is there on the screen, and I'll be glad to be of service and to be of help to you. And I want to assure you that you'll be hearing more of me on this channel concerning property management, because this is what I do day to day and I'm passionate about it. I'm not just after the money or the rewards, but I'm passionate. Like I always say, that I treat your properties right. I treat your properties. I treat them right. So till I come your way next time, and on this channel and on property management, I wish you all the best. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely week. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his face continually shine upon you. Amen.